Hi, so I'm actually waiting for my video game to upload. It's only on like 2% at the moment and it's been like 10 minutes. So I think that it's not going to upload tonight. I'm probably going to have to play it tomorrow. Anyway, I wanted to do a little video talking about why I'm actually voting Conservative in this election. It's really interesting because I actually read this study where only I think it's 12% of vegans are actually conservative, and only um, 3% of this was in America, and only 3% of vegans actually was pro Trump's campaign in the previous election. So that was really interesting, I thought. So yeah, I'm just going to get on with the recipe now. So I actually forgot to talk about the the recipe that I was cooking. So I'm actually going to cook some wraps with some mince in there. I'm probably going to do like some kind of a little bit sour creamy stuff with some sesame paste, tahini. So that should be okay. Also some lettuce in there as well. I might make some kind of salsa, I don't know really. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is fry up some courgette we've got here and some onions in some paprika, cumin, coriander and garlic. So that's what I've done. I've put a little bit of water in there so it doesn't stick to the pan, all of the spices, and also a little bit of oil so it doesn't stick. I think you could just use water and it should be absolutely fine, to be honest. So now that this is all nicely fried up, I'm just going to add some tomato sauce. This is quite a little tiny bit. It's just the rest of the can, to be honest. This is my special Nan's homemade one. And then the last thing I'm going to add is the mince. This is just some vegan mince from Iceland, which should be really nice. Oops. And then you just mix it all around and fry up the mince till it's nice and cooked. I don't think this one goes actually properly brown like a lot of the non-vegan minces, but it should be nice anyway. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to make is like a little tahini dressing. I'm just going to add a little bit of lemon in there and some salt. This is probably like a tablespoon altogether. And then just mix it around and it should taste a little bit sour, like cheese. It's got that bitterness and saltiness. So yeah, it gives it a little bit of a like sour creamy taste, or cheesy taste, I suppose. I'm going to add a little bit of water in this as well, so it's more like a sauce almost. Okay, so these are what my wraps look like when they're done. I've just added some lettuce on there as well, just to make it a bit more crunchy and yummy. These are really full, so I hope I'm not like, I don't know, messy when I'm eating. These are really good. I actually like this mince because it's more a lot more juicy than most of the minces you get in the UK, that most of the vegan minces. So it's definitely a good one to try. It has a little bit of a marmitey taste, which is a little bit odd, but apart from that, it's quite nice. Anyway, so the first reason that I'm voting Conservative in this election is basically because I'm against Jeremy Corbyn's housing policy. He's basically going to tax homeowners 10% of their rent, which is really bad from the point of view of my mum, who actually bought a house, I think about 30 years ago almost, when it was very cheap, and a substantial amount of her income, she earns 15,000 a year, and a substantial amount of her income is actually coming from renting out that flat. So I think it kind of really screws over hard-working people like that. The kind of second issue I have is that Jeremy Corbyn wants to do a revote on Brexit, And I think this is an absolutely ridiculous idea. We're giving the European Union billions and billions and billions of pounds every single month. Um, and instead of doing a referendum and take, like we have to do with Jeremy Corbyn's deal, we have to do a referendum with England and with Scotland. And instead of doing that, I really, really feel like we should get out in January and, start moving forward as a country. The kind of second issue I have with, I think most of these issues come from issues with Jeremy Corbyn, to be honest. Sorry, I had to stop because the printer was going off a bit. But most of my issues come with issues from Jeremy Corbyn, to be honest. Another issue I kind of have with his party is that his party seems to focus on looking after the underclass, not actually looking after the working class. If you're doing like a PhD and you're on a PhD loan, and the PhD loan covers your course costs, and it covers, I think, £30 a week for like travel to university and living expenses. But if you're actually just sitting on your ass on unemployment benefit, you get £80 a week. So you get almost 3 times as much by sitting on your ass as actually working hard and doing a PhD. So I think it's ridiculous. And I also feel like there are people who live in hostels in London who are working full-time jobs in London and living in hostels. There are people that live in flat shares because they can't afford to rent out any. They're on a minimum wage and they can't afford to rent out a flat. The issue I have with Jeremy Corbyn is that he's going to create more council houses for people that are homeless or people that have had, 2 kids that they can't afford to look after, but people who are actually working hard, they're not going to get a flat. They're going to have to go and live in a hostel or live in a flat share. And I really feel like what we should do is, with these people who are homeless, we should create actually flat share type hostels for people who are homeless, and for people who have families with kids, we should put them into one house, have a house of 3-bedroom house for 2 families. We shouldn't be giving them free homes. I don't think that that's fair, and I don't think that that's reasonable, to be honest. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I think I'm going to carry on eating now, and yeah, please subscribe and like this video. Bye guys.